welcome to the Gentlemen's Club Live with your host, the Commissioner, and the three-time champ, Andrew Simon. This guy's been in the championship game in the last 2 years, and he's won 50% of the time. It's Eric Hastert. And this guy is in a 10-man league. We've had 9 different champions, but he's not one of them. It's Brian Hastert.
What up, boys? It's just me again. Just, the 3-time, championship appearer, me. Hopefully looking for my 4th appearance in the championship 4 years in a row. We'll see if that happens. I have already clinched playoffs, which we'll take a look at. But yeah, getting down to the wire. 2 weeks left. Season has flown by. It's actually fucking insane. 2 weeks left, and there's a lot. There's a lot on the line. First off, Rock Chalk, too bad KU football decided to wait until the end of the season to start winning games. They should have won the Big 12 this year. Had Jalen, 5 turnovers is all it takes, and KU's making the college football playoff. It's crazy, but here we are. KU got that Hastert luck this year. Also, Thanksgiving tomorrow. Turkey Day. Got a lot of football tomorrow. 3 games. I think like 11, 3, and 7. So set your lineups tonight. Get that shit ready. Got a little touchdown parlay I'll show you coming up. And then Chiefs on Friday. Little afternoon Friday football. So hopefully no one has to work. I know I don't. All right, let's get into it, boys. Just looking here quickly at the standings. We have 3 teams that have clinched the playoffs. First place, me. Second place, Justin. And third place, Simon. Everyone there is a lock, so we can lose out, and we still have made the playoffs, although I know we are all hunting for that first-round bye. And then it gets dicey. Here in the middle. You've got teams. You got Brian at 7-5, one team at 6-6, 3 at 5-7, and then the lone 4-8 team. Dustin, unfortunately, till next year, you can kind of just delete the app and forget about fantasy football for the rest of the year because you are eliminated, sir. No chance. Dylan, still 2%, but very unlikely Dylan will make the playoffs this year. We'll kind of get into a playoff breakdown a little bit later, but that is the current standings. Let's take a quick look at waivers.
I like that. And I really like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
Waivers last week, a lot of money was spent actually up and down the board. Mitch overspent on Jared Goff, but when you got to make a playoff push, you got to spend the money because we only got 2 weeks left. Well, 5, but you know what I mean. Brian, pretty good pickup here with Jonnu Smith. I think he had like 20 points. I honestly was just trying to get Jonnu Smith to make sure that Dylan didn't get Jonnu Smith because Dylan had a tight end, I think, on bye, and he had no sub. So I was just trying to block him. Thanks, Brian, for blocking him. I ended up getting the next best tight end on the list there, Zach Ertz. He actually put up some good points. Brady picking up Jerry Jeudy for 80. Nobody else bid on him. Steelers defense. Good job, Justin. I was going to pick them up and start him. I still would have won because it was just a blowout on my end. But they did not do well. And you started them. I think you ended up winning as well. But still kind of pissed. That's 2 weeks in a row you've taken the defense from me. Didn't get the defense this week, though. I'm the only one who bid on anybody. I got the Bills. Yay. But pickup of the week, probably Jonnu Smith. I'm going to go with him. It was a good pickup. He's been out there and been doing pretty well for a few weeks. Surprised he was still out there. But Brian, money well spent. No one else really to talk about there. Spencer Schrager. What a beast. What a fill-in right there. All right, and that's it for waivers. Let's go ahead and get into our mother goofing. Let's get into our recap. We're going to start it off with. Hopefully you guys can hear me still. Real quick, I forgot to put this dog here so everyone can see the old standings. All right, sorry, real quick, we're going to knock this one out. It was a blowout, 160-91. Justin gets the win here, locks himself in the playoffs. Kind of hard to beat somebody who has a running back who puts up 44 points. Saquon was number 1 on my board at running backs this year. I really wanted him. Justin took him at 3. I got the next best option in Derrick Henry, but we won't go there. So pretty good week out of him. James Arnold, solid. Cortland Sutton, what a pick up there. Brian dropped him. This is my Brian who dropped there. Jacoby Myers, risky play against Denver, but did it pay off for you? 17 points. And Kittle looking good. Brady, he's not a great week here. Andre, rough. Dobbins had a great start. I'll give you that. Dobbins, I think, had 70 total yards in the first quarter, and then got hurt. Didn't come back to the game. That really sucks. He ended up, I think he's going to miss weeks. He didn't even get a touchdown in this one. I don't think it would have mattered, so oh well. And then everyone else kind of mediocre. Not a great day out of Amon-Ra. No Brock Purdy in that game. That was rough. K-Dot not looking the same since Mike Evans came back. I know it's 1 week. But the Texans defense did really well. Better than everybody on their team. Just not enough, Brady. Maybe you can turn it around and make the playoffs. Let's just start to take another look at this blowout. Low score alert, 67.35. I can't remember what the lowest score in the league has been or was, but this is up there. I beat Dylan 136-67. Love it. It wasn't looking great, I'll be honest. I think halfway through the first slate of games, Jaden Daniels had 8 points. I can't remember who else was playing, but they weren't looking good. He ended up with 35. Running backs, pretty solid. A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, good. Jackson Smith and Jake were filling in for me. Really needed that. Had to throw the Bears defense in. Didn't pay off for me. Had to keep on by. But it was enough to get me the dub. Dylan, just a rough outing over here. 0 points for Quentin Johnson. I don't know if you know this, but he doesn't know how to catch a football. I know he's a wide receiver, but he can't catch the football. So that's a problem. Chargers should have won that game had he caught 3 of the 5 passes that were his way. Instead, they lose that game. I lose one. There you go, Dustin. I did a single bet. I bet on the Chargers, and I knew. Lamar's about the only one on your team that is worth giving a shit about. Everyone else is kind of trash. Hopefully, your 2 rookie wide receivers, one of them you can keep and move on from there. Jalen Waddle, though, popping off. I don't blame you for not starting. Same with DJ Moore. They just haven't been good this year. Still wouldn't have been enough. Moving on. Let's talk Caleb and Mitch. We had another showdown of the girlfriend stealer, Caleb and Mitch. 142-113, much needed win here for Mitch. Caleb really hurts to get that loss. Team is looking rough right now. Mitch's team, like I said, has been trending up. It's looked solid since he got everyone healthy. Pretty good across the board. Maybe overspent on Jared Goff there. With 13 points only. That's kind of rough. Spending 150 on him and him won't get you that many points. But Josh Jacobs tore it up. Devon Achane, CD did okay. Cooper Kupp looking good. Bucky Irving popping off. Making all the right starts here. Nick Chubb, though, didn't have a good week, but still making all the right starts. Mitch is making all the right moves. Caleb's just kind of getting unlucky over here. Pickens, I thought, would be really good, especially with Russ throwing him the ball. Pollard actually had a good game. You're starting Devin Singletary, that's a problem. He lost his job to Tyrone Tracy. He may have won it back. Tyrone Tracy would fumble again. Puka looking good. Justin Jefferson's kind of on a slump right now. I don't think he's, he is not, that can't be right. Oh, there's his touchdowns. I was looking over here. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, he's on a slump. He hasn't scored a touchdown since week 7. Still doing okay in a few of those weeks, but maybe this is the week. I think this is the week if you want to cash a single bet, Justin Jefferson anytime TD, hook it. But yeah, team not looking great. Hopefully you can make some right decisions, get some good play out of these players that just have not been good. Calvin Ridley though, quietly doing good since I dropped him. You're welcome. All right, let's go look to see how the eliminated team did. Actually putting up a big week this week, just a little too late. Kind of pulling a KU in the Big 12 right here. Beating A-Ray, kind of putting his playoff hopes down the drain, or at least close to it. Dustin putting up 136, finally getting some points. Jordan Addison with 26, and Tyreek Hill with 7. That was that trade earlier in the year, and man, did it come into play this week. Dolphins did good. Will Lutz, holy hell, had 22 points. Didn't even know that. The running backs have been an issue. He got hurt, unfortunately. If he scored a touchdown, I hit 2 touchdown parlays, but we won't go there. Keenan Allen looking good. Mark Andrews looking good. A-Ray struggle bus once again. Not a good week out of Devo. Tyreek has not looked the same. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, about the only one on your team looking solid. And Chuba Hubbard, quietly, maybe, I don't think he drafted him, maybe the pickup of the year, though. He's a top 11 running back. He's a double-digit points in almost every week, and I'm pretty sure you got him off the waiver wire. Let's just double check that. Yep, Brian dropped. Typical. And $1. $1 got you a top 11 running back candidate for pickup of the year. But Dustin gets the win. A-Ray, one step closer to elimination. Brian versus Simon, not too close here. Simon getting that dub, getting that clinch playoff berth. And Brian, one step closer to the playoff elimination. Not a great week out of either of these teams. McBride, Aaron Jones did solid. Good defensive pickup, I think, a couple weeks ago. Everyone else was pretty mediocre there. McLaurin had one big play at the end of the game to really take you over the top. And then Brian just needed some more points out of his playmakers. Tyrone Tracy, like I said, fumbled twice. Josh Downs got hurt. DK is losing his job to Jackson Smith and Chigba. And then Kenneth Walker not getting in the end zone was crazy. Also another one I needed for a touchdown parlay. And then not Kyron looking okay. You actually benched Kyron? That was stupid. I don't know why you'd ever bench Kyron and start Tyrone Tracy. But that's your fault, and now you're 7-5. All right, Simon moving in to playoffs. And then I think we looked at everybody, right? Yeah, we looked at everybody. We can move on here. Let's talk a little bit of playoffs here. Going back to the league standings. So, like I said, 3 clinch, 3 spots open. Right now, Brian is ahead of everybody in record. But if we take a look at points, he's down here. He's out of the top 6 in points. So Brian needs a win right here. I'm pretty sure if he wins, he's in. If he wins, he's in. But if he loses, then a lot of doors open up for the people below him. So Brian plays Dustin this week. After coming off a big week, maybe Dustin, once again, stirs the pot. Beats Brian, could send things twirling down for Brian. We know how he spirals. He plays Dustin and Brady. So 2 of the lower teams on the standings. Doable to get 1 win there. I'm pretty sure if you get 1 win, you're in. A-Ray, he plays Brady and Justin. So that'll be interesting because Brady needs to win out. Well, realistically, I think if Brady gets a win and what is that? And A-Ray loses out. Caleb loses 1. Yeah, Brady and Mitch could easily squeak into the playoffs here. I'm not going to go crazy here and try to calculate shit. But Brady basically plays A-Ray and Brian, so that'll be huge because if he beats A-Ray, he'll jump him in the standings. They'll both be at 6 and 7, and he's got more points. Yeah, he's got more points than A-Ray. So that'll be huge if Brady can get a win this week. That will definitely lift him into the conversation. And then same with Mitch. Mitch needs to get a win this week as well. He plays against Dylan. We'll go over that here soon. So pretty good matchup for Mitch to kind of make a push here. But then he plays Simon in the last week, which I think Simon said he has a lot of players on bye. So that road for Mitch is right there. I think Mitch might squeak in this year, and we might see A-Ray fall out of the playoff push. Now, Caleb, a little bit harder for him. He's down here in points, not looking too great. He will have to win out to get in. Or put up a fuck ton of points and then have some losses above him. And then Dylan needs a lot of work to happen. He has to win both of his games, and he basically needs every team ahead of him to lose 2 games. So I don't think that's going to happen. Right now, I think Brian will get one of the next 2 wins, and he'll get in. I think A-Ray, if Brady beats A-Ray this week, I don't know if A-Ray makes the playoffs because then he plays Justin, and Justin's team is hot right now. So tough road for A-Ray. Mitch has an okay road to the playoffs, Dylan and Simon, like I said. And then Brady plays A-Ray and Brian. Definitely need that win against A-Ray. That's the most important thing here, and we'll get into that now. So, last 3 spots. It's going to be tight. Mitch and Brady, good thing you guys are putting up more points than everyone else because those may help you. There might be some tiebreakers this year. Now, let's just go ahead and get into it. That's not where I want to start. I'm going to start here. All right. Let's break it down. Justin versus Caleb. We all know Justin's already in. Caleb needs a big win here. Looking at Caleb's team, he is projected to win right now. I don't think no one's projected 0. I think maybe Miller has. No, there's no buys this week. Oh, it's showing the wrong teams. Damn it. All right, getting back to it. I was wondering what the heck was going on there, why Justin was projected so low. He has Austin Eckler and there was 0 points. So he'll probably make a change, and this projected total will be a lot closer. But taking a quick look, Darnold's got a good matchup. Mahomes has got a great matchup. So maybe Mahomes can get you another 30-point week this week. Looking at the running backs, not the best matchup here, but we have seen Saquon do things that no one else has ever done, like a backwards hurdle over someone and teabagging them at the same time. So I wouldn't count him out. Matchup proof, not a good matchup for Swift. If he still starts Jacoby Myers, I also don't like that. Cleveland's got an okay defense. So not great matchups here. I like Buffalo defense as well, and Purdy might not play. So not great matchups here. Looking good in Caleb's favor. He really needs to win. James Cook and Pollard, okay matchups. I know San Francisco, you can run on them. And Justin Jefferson, like I said, I think he gets a touchdown this week. Same with Puka, New Orleans, love it. Interesting here, but you can throw to the tight end on Chicago. I have him for a touchdown score. I'll show you that later. Still putting hope and faith into George Pickens. It is Cincinnati. We've seen them get lit up all season. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You can't take them out now. You started them every week. You do have some decent matchups on the bottom here. All in all, pretty solid. I think Justin is going to struggle this week with those matchups. Oh, he hasn't looked at tomorrow. Ew. For the sake of things and getting interesting, I think Caleb gets the win this week and keeps them playoff hopes alive. Moving on, we'll just go ahead and go with me and Simon. Would have been matchup of the week here if we weren't already in the playoffs, just because it's 2 of the top 2 teams. It's very close projection, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game here. Won't get too crazy here. Nothing really sticks out as far as bad matchups. Maybe JT at New England. Oh my God, Snead plays, he's going to be on McLaurin's ass, so hopefully he shuts him down. But I also have Jaden Daniels, so would like Jaden Daniels to score points. Aaron Jones has a good matchup. McBride has a good matchup. This one's a little iffy with Chicago. Looking at mine, pretty good matchups. Breece Hall got hurt today or hurt his knee, so he could be done. I did snag up Braylon Allen just in case, but Breece the Beast, please don't let me down and just give up like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just like, I'm done. The team doesn't want anything to do with him. Once again, one of my running backs is on the team that just doesn't give a shit anymore. I'm quiet. Can you not hear me? I just saw that. I'm yelling. Is the music too loud? What about now? Are you there? Can you hear me? Maybe turn it up on your phone. I gotta check this out. Hold on. Okay, well, I don't know what happened there. Hopefully you guys can hear me, but we're going to get back into it. Decent matchups here. A.J. Brown and Nico Collins. Jalen Hurts is going to sling it. We got wide receivers on each other's teams. We got quarterbacks throwing the wide receivers on the other teams. It's going to be close, but this is a very important week because pretty sure whoever wins here should get a bye. I'm going to take Simon in this one. I don't have too much luck against him in the past. We will see what happens. He's still got to put Jamar Chase in. He's going to play him. So a couple lineup changes there, and his projection is going to go up. Simon's going to beat me, and it's going to come down to the last week to find out who gets that number 1 spot in the playoffs. Moving on to Justin. Oh, we already talked. Did we talk? Yeah, we started these guys. Moving on to Simon and Mitch. This is another big week here. Both need a win to stay alive. I think if Mitch loses here, he will be out. And Dylan, if he loses, he's definitely out. Lamar, playing against a tough Philly defense. They've gotten better the last few weeks. Christian McCaffrey, you can run all over Buffalo, so I expect better things out of him this week. Still sticking with Javonte Williams. I don't think you really have very many options. Maybe you throw Gus Edwards in there. Marvin Harrison and Malik Neighbors, you just got to keep rolling them out. You drafted them, you got to keep with them. They do have good matchups, so I expect better things, although we don't know who the quarterback's going to be for the Giants this week. I think DeVito's hurt, although he sucks. And then I really hope you get Quentin Johnson out of your lineup because he's trash. He's trash. Not like in the matchups or not like in the starts, I guess. Matchups are fine. And then Mitch's team. Joe Burrow, Pittsburgh, tough defense, divisional game. Joe Burrow's been lighting it up. We could see a little bit quieter week from him. Josh Jacobs, I like it against Miami. A-Chain should be fine. CeeDee Lamb, I think he gets into the end zone this week. It's been a while. Cooper Kupp going to pop off against the Saints. Travis Kelce, he's going to score against the fucking Raiders. And then Bucky Irving against one of the worst run defenses in the league. Mitch is going to take this one. Mitch is moving on to 6 and 7, and he's going to be one step closer to the edge. Looking at Brian versus Dustin, we got the guy on the left. If he wins, he's in. We got the guy on the right that's just trying to fuck shit up. Looking at their matchups, it's pretty evenly spread out here. I do like Kyler quite a bit this week. Josh Allen's hard to bet against, but they are playing San Francisco, who honestly just got torn up by Jordan Love. So Josh Allen, that's a pretty good matchup, pretty even there. Kenneth Walker against a broken Jets team, you love. Kyron against the Saints, you love. Garrett Wilson, Seattle is good. Same thing here with DK Metcalf. We'll see how he does. He's questionable. Who knows? And then he's starting Jonnu Smith, who's on the up and up. And again, Tyrone Tracy here. We'll see. But Tyrone Tracy did fumble, like I said, like 4 times in the last 3 weeks. So he could see less touches. Hopefully Brian Robinson's healthy. Both those should be fine starts, especially Najee against Cincinnati. Drake London against the Chargers at home. Team needs to win get into that division win race. So I expect good things from Drake London. Still going to stick with Addison. I don't know how you bench him after last week. Taysom Hill could get you 45, or he could get you 4. So we'll see what Taysom Hill you get this week. And then Mike Evans being back, Carolina, he's going to be a full go. I like your matchups here. This one's going to be close. I think Brian's team is just better top to bottom. And you got the Cowboys defense, which I really like this week too, because the Giants might not have a good quarterback starting. This is a tough one. I think Dustin could easily pull off the upset, but I think I'm going to pick Brian here. I think Kyron Williams is going to get in the end zone twice. I think Kyler Murray is going to have about 25 points. And Brian taking the win, taking the dub. All right, moving on. Who did I talked to Justin. I talked to ours. Did I talk to Dylan? And yeah. All right, you know what time it is. It is time for the, you know it, showdown of the week. Right here in the middle of the pack, we've got A-Ray versus Brady. Big playoff implications here, not just for these two teams, but for the other teams competing. The teams need A-Ray to lose. Mitch and Brady need A-Ray to lose, and Dylan, I guess, and Caleb. So if A-Ray gets that loss there's a lot of doors that are going to open up. Let's take a look here. Brady right now is projected to win by 1 point. It is going to be close. I have a feeling there. Taking a look at A-Ray's team, he started out hot, undefeated with me, undefeated, then he loses. His team has not looked the same since he traded away Jordan Addison. I think that was the key piece to his team, apparently. Jahmyr Gibbs, great matchup. James Conner, tough matchup. Tua, playing in the cold in Green Bay. You don't love it. Debo and Tyreek, I don't see them continually sucking. Although Green Bay does have a good secondary, so they could lock down Tyreek. Could be another big Waddle game. Buffalo's secondary is about the only thing they have, so could shut down Debo. Maybe he gets some runs. Hopefully Brock Purdy comes back. If he doesn't, then I don't expect Debo to do much. Brock Bowers stealing the draft once again, playing the Chiefs. Tight ends do well against the Chiefs, so I don't expect them to do terrible, although we don't know who their quarterback is because Gardner Minshew broke his collarbone. So that could be Aiden O'Connell. It could be Desmond Ridder. Either way, it's not good for Brock Bowers, so that's a downgrade. Chuba Hubbard, going to tear it up against Tampa Bay. Their defense is not good. And then that Bucks D pickup was really nice. I actually went to pick him up, and A-Ray literally picked him up 5 minutes before me last week. So not terrible here, A-Ray. Couple bad matchups. Still a chance. And then looking at Brady's team, Baker is on a hot streak this year. He gets Carolina this week. Should be fine. Bijan should be fine. We just saw Derrick Henry run for 140 yards on the Chargers. Ramondre Stevenson, you can run on the Colts, and he's one of their main weapons. I expect him to get in the end zone. I think Brady has a pretty good week out of those guys. Chicago, Amon-Ra, divisional game. He is hurt. Who knows? I don't like your wide receiver matchups here. Him and T. Higgins, not good. Cade Otton, I think he'll bounce back this week. Jerry Jeudy, revenge game for Jerry Jeudy. I think that might be why you're starting him this week. Although Pat Surtain's shadow is kind of scary. We'll see if he's on Jeudy or Tillman, if Tillman plays. And then Chiefs defense against the Raiders. You love that. I think they're going to get a lot. Although I thought they were going to hold the Panthers to under 17.5 last week, but they didn't, and I lost my bet. Thanks, Chiefs defense. And then the number one kicker, Chris Boswell. It's going to be close, but I think the needle is in favor of Brady over here. I think Brady, once again, gets that 6th win. Back in the playoff hunt. It's not over yet. I know you just lost Dobbins. Maybe if you can make playoffs, you get him back by week 1 of playoffs. We'll see what happens there. I don't think you're going to make any last-second adjustments. But with that Chiefs defensive play and with the Baker-Bijan matchups, I think Brady's going to take it. It's going to be – he'll probably put up about 116, and A-Ray's going to put up about 97. I'm going to call that right now, 116 to 97. Wow. 2 weeks left. This is a crucial week. Set your lineups. Get them ready. Do what you can to make that final playoff push. And before we go, while you're eating Thanksgiving, turkey, stuffing, whatever the hell you eat on Thanksgiving, I got a touchdown parlay for y'all. And you know it's a parlay. It ain't no single. No one likes to do those singles. Each game, 1 touchdown scorer. I know it's crazy. It's a little crazy, but I have a feeling. Sam Laporta in the first game. CeeDee Lamb in the second game. Tucker Kraft in the last game. Tight ends do well against the Bears and the Dolphins. It's about their only weak spot in those defenses. I guess you can run on them too. But as far as their secondary goes, they're good. They just let a lot happen to tight ends. And based on current trends, Laporta's due for a touchdown. Same with CeeDee Lamb. Giants defense at home. They're playing really well. They're coming off a divisional win. CeeDee Lamb's still getting fed targets left and right. And he has not scored in, I think it's been like 5 weeks, something like that. He has some crazy stretch of tight ends or touchdowns he has not scored. Copy it. $10, $200. Do it. Dustin, do it. Everybody, do it. All right. That's all I got. I really hope that you all have a good Thanksgiving. And I really hope that things just go the way they do in the playoffs again. So that way we can see something like this. The blood flows through my heart and veins like sand as I shake in the wind outside. I hope to see those two back in the lottery this year. You know I love to see it when they lose. All right, boys. Good luck. You all suck. And may the odds ever be in your favor. Happy Thanksgiving. Go Chiefs.